Hey, what's up, guys? Matt Schiffer with American Made Exotics here. We had a really big thunderstorm just roll through, and the change in pressure just got a couple of girls that were holding onto their eggs to go ahead and let go of them. So it's 3 really cool clutches. Figured I'd go ahead and share with you. We have a disco double het clown pied bred to a yellow belly clown pied and a clown pied. And that's a cool one. We actually got one hatching right now from a pastel disco double het to a yellow belly clown pied and a clown pied. So still looking forward to seeing what that's going to look like. And I think the super disco clown pied in the future definitely be a good addition to our collection. So we also have this really crazy paradox pied het clown, possibly pastel pied, but it's so tricked out with the paradoxing. I'm not really sure what it is till we breed it out. But she is 100% het clown, and we bred her to a hurricane pastel possible fire clown het pied. So we could see some hurricane clown pied combos, and that should be pretty cool too. We proved him out last year, so looking forward to seeing it in the clown pied part. And then the last one, we have a super chocolate Mojave that's 50% Posset hypo that we bred to a hypo desert ghost chocolate. So everything will at least be chocolate double het desert ghost hypo and some super chocolate double het desert ghost hypos. And if we're lucky, we might see the super chocolate hypo Mojave 100% het desert ghost. So that's a really cool animal. I love what chocolate does in the desert ghost. I love what chocolate does in the desert ghost hypo. So really there's a couple animals in that clutch potentially that we could put to the side and help further our project in the future. So let's go ahead and dig in these clutches and see what these girls gave us. All right, so first time female. We hatched this girl back in 2019. So let's see what she gave us. Looks like 5 good eggs and 1 slug. So we'll go ahead and get her washed off. And we can candle these and make sure they're all good. That one's good. That one's good. That one's good. That one's good. And that one's good. All 5 are good. 5 good eggs. It's not shabby from that one. Definitely not complaining. Got pretty good odds on the one that's hatching right now. I'm still not sure if we hit the disco clown pied or not yet. So won't complain to have more shots at it. And if anything, let's just increase our odds at hitting a male and a female so that we can shoot for the super disco clown pied in the future. And I think that's going to be pretty cool in itself. All right, let's go ahead and pull this next one. So I've always thought this girl was just crazy looking with all the paradoxing and stuff. Not the best mom. Clearly, she spit all 5 eggs out and isn't even wrapped on them at all. So let's just go ahead and get her out of here and we'll get her washed up. That's why it's important to always check for your clutches. I checked this morning and checked again tonight after the storm. But the way she kicked them out, you know, they would have potentially dried up. So it looks like she gave us 5. Let's go ahead and candle them and make sure they're all good. A lot of times when females kick eggs out like that, there's an issue with the egg. But in a situation like this where she kicked the whole clutch out, that's just probably a case of she's a bad mom. There they are. Okay, so that's good. You can see them on the back there. That one's good. That one's good. That one's good. And that one's good. All right, all 5 are good. So 5 eggs from that girl. Definitely not complaining about that. She's pretty crazy in herself with all that paradox spot stuff going on. But like I said, I bred her to a hurricane clown pastel possible fire, and he's 100% het pied. So worst case, all the babies would be 100% double hets, but I sure would like to see that hurricane clown pied and see what that looks like. I think that's going to be a really cool snake. It looks like the hurricane put some pattern back into the pied. I know it puts a lot of pattern into the clown. Definitely lots of potential with it in the clown. Looks like I've almost killed this roll. All right, let's go ahead and see what that next one's got. All right, so this is the Super Chocolate Mojave, 50% Posset Hypo, bred to a Chocolate Hypo Desert Ghost. Young girl in a small clutch, but 4 is better than none. We'll sit her to the side, get her washed up, and we'll go ahead and candle these things and make sure they're all good. All right, that one's good. That one's good. That one's good. And that one's good. All 4 good eggs. Only 4 eggs, but at least the female being super chocolate, every single one of them is going to count. And the worst we could do is a chocolate, 100% double het Hypo Desert Ghost. Hopefully we hit the super chocolate and the Super Chocolate Mojave Hypo 100% het Desert Ghost if she proves out. Those would definitely be some animals that we'll sit to the side for the future. We got a good bit of chocolate and super chocolate stuff in our Hypo and Desert Ghost. As well as the clown. It's a project that we've always liked, but the Hypo goes really well with chocolate, and it looks really good in the Desert Ghost too, so they look amazing together. And while I'm finishing this box up, the male Chocolate Desert Ghost Hypo is out breeding right now, but I'll still let you get a glimpse of them so you can see why we're excited for this one. So here's the Chocolate Pastel Hypo Desert Ghost that's breeding a cinnamon, cypress, yellow belly, spot nose. And the cypress and the spot nose are allelic with the chocolate. And since it's an act like super, it's going to throw cypress or spot nose every single time. And all the ones that match up with the chocolate are going to be act like supers. So it's really a cool animal, the cypress. And it's really a cool animal, the Chocolate Pastel Hypo Desert Ghost. So looking forward to getting that cypress in with the chocolate, as well as the spot nose, so we could hit the cypress chocolate Hypo Desert Ghost and the chocolate spot nose Hypo Desert Ghost in the future. But I'm going to close these back up and not bother them too much. All right, so we have another one on the shelf, and we barely have room for this thing. This is clutch number 67 here. And then we're right behind 2 that are already pipping and a good ways out, and then we have another one starting to pip here. This is a Leopard Enchi Fire, 100% het clown, 50% Posset Pied, bred to a clown pied. So hopefully that one proves out. And then we got 2 clutches of clown pied stuff already pipping and coming out. So hopefully these 2 will be out the incubator tomorrow morning, and that'll free up a little bit of space for the next couple of clutches laid. So now we're in a position where hopefully things start hatching a little faster than they start being laid, so we keep having room here. I do always have the top shelves up there, but I try not to use those. It's just easier for me to keep an eye on things without using the very top, but it is there in an emergency. So I've had to use it before, and I'm not afraid to use it again. So glad to see this thing filling up. Not gonna lie, I was a little worried this year. I've never had a season go like this late and this slow and spread out. But now that they're piled up, it looks like we're still going to hit kind of like a normal season as far as numbers go. It's just way stretched out and way later than normal. But later than normal is better than not at all, by all means. So we're happy to see a bunch of eggs in here. Happy to start seeing some babies coming out. So it looks like, from the looks of things, I'll be in here with a video tomorrow updating on this clutch hatching. I appreciate y'all watching, and until the next one.